Yes, and that's also biblical. That take care of yourself. Make sure you take the log out of your own eye. And before you start worrying about your brothers. And one point that I think you've said that will resonate with everybody watching us today, and right or wrong, we spend $3 trillion, as you've pointed out. And there's a lot of people that don't know what or even how much a trillion is. Realize how much money that is. If a trillion is seconds in time that we can understand, a trillion seconds is 32,000 years. So you think about $3 trillion. Okay, and you said I don't know the example you just used. 3,000 billions. I mean that's frightening. We can't even get our head around that, and we spend it, and of course it does good things and it helps other people. But we spend that. A lot of that money goes to people who are trying to kill us. A lot of that money goes to people who hate us. And here we're left not being responsible for our own, for our American family.
And by the way, Native American soldiers who have also fought for this country historically have been some of the most courageous in the history.
In World War II. Oh my gosh.
The soldiers, the bravery, the most courageous we've ever had. So as you look at what we can do, I like to think that democracy, and getting back to those founding fathers, was about honoring the value of every human being. And separate from the politics of the early Constitution and slavery, etc., today we have a chance to employ that fundamental human empathy. As you and I talked beforehand, sympathy is sometimes a sense of judgment, almost putting oneself, putting oneself in a condescending position. But empathy, I think, is what unites us. Empathy for people 10,000 miles away, great. How about empathy for people that are on the street that we walk by every day, that with a little bit of encouragement and support, not even financial, just with the respect to give them the opportunities to learn how to use their mind, their body, and their soul to achieve a purpose and a contribution to the world.
That is incredible, Nick. And I've told you I'm very interested in Native American causes, and what has attracted me is I played lacrosse for a long period of time, which is, of course, the first American sport and a Native American sport. And I had the great honor to just watch the Iroquois Nationals play in the World Games, and to think that the Five Nations have a lacrosse team that is one of the best in the very world, with no small surprise. And to meet the Thompsons, who went to Albany and are from the Syracuse, the Onondaga Nations up there, I felt these are incredible young men. And what they think about is how they can take what they've learned and take their gifts and contribute back to their tribe and contribute back to their people. And they say that if you have 10 men leave the reservation and go to college, maybe one will come back.
Right.
These guys are all about coming back and inspiring them to use their culture and their gifts to contribute and get out. And I think they need a lot more. We need a lot more of that going on.
You know what's interesting too is we have, in our arrogance about how evolved we are from different cultures, Ben Franklin himself admitted that the Iroquois Confederacy and the law of peace had within it a lot of the fundamental concepts that he employed in the Constitution. We forgot about in making sure that women could vote and other things like that, but we actually did look at how do we honor everyone in the tribe, if you think of our tribe as our nation,
and it is a tribe,
and participate in it. So there's an inherent sense within Native cultures, and the Iroquois in this case, of honoring the initiation into adulthood. And if you look at education today, it's not just being about math and science and English, etc., but it's also initiating young people in that sense of their purpose. What we found going into hundreds of schools around the country is when you ask that simple question, what is your purpose? Do you have the feeling that in class today you'll get any connection to what you'll do with your life? Many kids, if not most kids, really don't. And so I think if you think about our roles, whether we're from the Onondaga reservation or whether we're here in Scottsdale or whether we're in New York City or in Mississippi, New Orleans, it's about helping young people develop into great people, help them make that transition. And our role is not the wizard-like Harry Potter with magic. It's the magic of the love and the wisdom to just know we were there once too. And we were lucky to benefit from great teachers, parents, coaches. We want to give that to the next generation so they feel connected to this world. That's the way America, I think, will regain its greatness, is understanding that, valuing each young person, and also understanding every one of us is unique, our creativity, our ability to come up with new solutions. If we honor that, we've learned so much about the brain today, we can actually, I think, come up with some new solutions that none of us have even thought of that will revitalize us as a nation and maybe make us better leaders around the world.
That's phenomenal, Nick. Very, very well said. And you, as a role model, actually for several generations now, you have a particular gift to touch and inspire people, and I admire you for what you do. No, seriously.